Hey everybody, Letha here. So we start off with a completely shaven, moisturized, and primed face, and then I have two wig caps on, and now I am sort of blocking out my brows with Pros-Aid using a Q-tip and a brush. I brush the brows up to give them a more wild, sort of diffused look, and I use my natural brows for that. Now I am dabbing on foundation. I use Mayron cream sticks in the shades TV4 and TV2 blended together. I use more foundation on the lower part of my face than my forehead, and then I also use more on my neck just to cover up, 5 o'clock shadow or, the natural kind of blush that I have to my face. And you can see I'll just go back and forth a lot because it's an oilier foundation. It tends to crease more. And now I'm using Coty Airspun powder in translucent extra coverage to set the entire face. I use a brush around the nose just to really get in the nooks and crannies. I do the same under the eyes. I use a powder puff for a lot of the face, but then a lot of the times I'll just go in with a brush and really load up a powder brush and kind of just go to town and let it all bake and then brush off the excess later. And then next thing I will be going in with my contour shades, which are actually eyeshadows, but you can use, any product you want in any way. Um, I start with the forehead to make that look smaller, kind of stipple the color on and then blend it out with a powder brush. And then do the same along the jawline to get rid of that, horrendous double chin or even triple chin effect, if I'm honest. Kind of doing the same motion there, kind of pat it on and then blend it with my powder brush. Now we are going to the cheeks, which, fish face, and then follow the natural curves of my cheekbones. And then sort of blend it up, and then leave the lower line a bit more severe, but then blend the upper part of the contour into what will be my blush, which for this look is a more browny nude color, which I start by applying at the back of the cheekbones, and then we'll move it forward, and then put the sort of the rest on the apples of the cheeks. And I'll be checking my reflections in a bunch of different mirrors just to make sure that it's right from all different perspectives. I even get up to check in my bathroom mirror just to make sure that I have enough blush on. Add a little more blending, bake along my jawline, my forehead. Now I'm looking for my eye primer, add that. Once you prime both eyes, you are going to put I put a light colored eyeshadow to cancel out any redness or veins that may be showing through on my eyelids. Now I'm going in with a matte brown transition shade. Uh, it's a pretty neutral look that I went for today, so this really goes well with that, and it's just a matte color, and it's a very neutral brown, just to not draw focus. And then I'm using a gold color on most of the lid, and you can see I try a couple different brushes, and I end up deciding just to put on with my finger, which, sometimes is the best tool for the job. I put that on the entire lid, and then I'll add some colors over it later. And then blending back over that with my crease brush, just to make sure everything's diffused and blown out. Then I'm using a lighter gold color on the inner third of my eyelid and blending that with a brush. Okay, costume change, just had to change shirts for what the look will eventually be. And now I'm doing my eyebrows with a black pencil. I'm sort of extending the tail of my natural brows and then filling it in with a black eyeshadow, just to set the pencil. And then I'm sort of blending that into the center of the eyebrow, which gives it a nice fade effect. And then I will start doing my liquid eyeliner. I don't really do much of a wing. I like to keep the round shape. I just do the liquid eyeliner almost exclusively for hiding the look of false lashes. curling my eyelashes, and then I prep the lash by putting the glue on and then doing mascara, and then by the time I'm done with mascara, it's time to put the lash on. So you can see I just did that right there, use a pair of tweezers to kind of get everything where it should be, and then use mascara to kind of get everything together. Do the same with the other eye. Yeah, and I had to go in once or twice with more glue just to make sure everything was glued down properly. And you know, and that's just lashes. They're tricky, tricky devils. And I didn't use bottom lashes in this look in particular just because I really smoked out the lower lash line with some black and then that same matte brown from the crease. So, and then I did like 5 coats of mascara. So now I am doing my lipstick, which is a liquid to matte lipstick. I do a couple coats of it, and I only really overdraw my top lip, if I'm honest, just to make sure my sort of natural resting bitch face isn't as evident. It gives me more of a heart-shaped mouth. And now I'm doing more of a finishing powder, and then I'm contouring my nose with my same crease color from before, from my eyes actually. Kind of gives unity to the look. Another coat of lipstick, and I'm fanning that dry. And then I'm using a gold eyeshadow in the middle of the lips just to give it a more dimensional effect. And then some powder highlighting. And that's it.
And this is she.